silica gel. Oh, do not eat. Hi, my name is Pete. Welcome to Studio Live. Today, in this video, we're unboxing this, and I hope that it's some monitor speakers. I think this is my Presonus Eris 3.5s that I have been recommended to by many folks over the last probably year or more, and I wanted to pick up a set to see if they are as good as folks say they are. Now, I did bring a knife this time, which is rare. We will unbox these in this video, and then in a future video, we will put them to the test. Now, I did buy these myself. As you can see, this is the box from Amazon. These came from across the pond, and yes, it is indeed the speakers. This is the most awkward position that I could be in, except I actually bought a kit that had the speakers that you can see in there, the Eris E3.5 from Presonus, and also some other gear. So let's dive in here and take a look at what we got. So here are the stars of the show. Slightly damaged box there. See, this is good for not only sharing with you, but for warranty purposes, because you can see that this came right out of the box with a big bump on the corner. Hopefully, we got some solid styrofoam in there to keep ourselves friendly. But here's why I like the look of these. Check out that input-output there. Now, these are budget speakers. They're little 3.5-inch speakers. They're a pair that they come in a box as a pair, so you don't have to buy them individually. But here's the deal. They've got balanced outputs as well as unbalanced outputs on there. Now, your cheaper monitor speakers often will only come with your unbalanced RCA. So to have a set of speakers like this that actually have balanced outputs is pretty darn cool. Plus, they're going to take up a lot less bench space than the KRK Rockets. Even though they're only the Rocket 4s that I'm using currently, these ones are going to sit on the bench quite nicely. And again, they cost not very much. At the time of making this video, you can pick up a pair of these, just the speakers, for around about the $100 mark, which is pretty ridiculous. But check the links in the description, because that's changing all the time. I bought the kit with some other gear, so let's see what else we got down in the box. We got a lot of this stuff. So the other gear we got in here was this. It's a patch cable, a 6-foot, 3.5mm to dual TS cable. Now, this kind of tells me that they're thinking these speakers are going to be used as monitor speakers for folks using mobile devices, maybe with a 3.5mm jack. The thing is, this is unbalanced, so these could have been RCA and it would have been the same, but still a handy cable to have lying around, and it's actually a really good quality one too. And the other thing that we got was a pair of these studio monitor isolation pads. So these are actually pretty handy, and considering I don't have proper stands for my speakers, these are actually going to be used. I'm going to put these under my speakers, and even if I switch back and use my KRK Rocket 4s, they're going to work for those too. So that is going to help reduce the rumble and reduce the noise here. Ideally, you want your monitor speakers separate to something like your computer desk, so you're not picking up any rumbles or sounds or anything, but hey, we're in the home studio. You make do with what you got. So let's jump in to the main event here now, shall we? We'll grab our knife and we'll get some knife ASMR going on there. We'll do the top and pop it and pop it. Oh, that new speaker smell. Like, don't you love that new speaker smell? Now, the thing with these ones is they're not two standalone speakers. So they are powered monitors, but as you can probably tell when we were looking at them before up there, yeah, you've only got all your inputs on one, and then those are connected via a speaker cable to your other speaker. Now, some people may look down upon that. Again, these are budget speakers, but for the buck you spend, from what I've heard, they're pretty good. Now, we've got some polystyrene going on up here. We've got the manual. No, it's not a manual. What is that? It's something. We're going to put that 20. You don't get manuals anymore, especially with speakers. You got, anyone else hate polystyrene? Block your ears. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. That was okay? Was it good for you? All right. So we'll jump in here and we'll grab these speakers. Now, they're super weighty. They're very heavy. I picked these up from the post office and I had to walk them home. And that wasn't so much fun. So here is, yeah, so this one is not as heavy. This is the speaker that connects up via cable to our other speaker. So this one won't have all the bells and whistles on there. We'll pop that down to one side and we'll grab out our main one, which is significantly heavier. And we'll throw the box away. Oh, we've got the, hang on, one moment. Okay. Here it is, the main event. Let's unwrap this sucker. Should have used my knife again. I'll get my knife. There you go. That is a classic style there. You've got your speaker cone there. That's something you don't want to put your finger through. Don't put that near your children. You got the tweeter there. I've got it upside down, don't I? There you go. You got your tweeter there. You got your power on off at the front here. Now, this is something that I was really interested in, and I wanted speakers that actually had this, that has the volume and the power on and off. Now, again, folks that are into their monitor speakers will say that's not high-end features. You don't want that. You want to just have your speakers there. All your controls should be on the back, and it should be independent on each speaker. Again, yeah, absolutely. If you want to spend $400, $500, $600 and more dollars on speakers, you can do that. And in fact, the higher range of these, the E6s and 7 and 8s, have a lot more of those features. These are the 3.5s. These are definitely for those in the home studio that don't have a big space, that want to get decent quality sound, but don't want to spend a fortune. So let's take a little tour of all the bits and pieces on this speaker. Let's get a little closer, shall we, and take a look. You've got your power button again, as I showed before. Now, on the front here, we have aux in and headphone. Now, that's pretty handy if you just want to throw, say, your iPhone or your iPad via a 3.5mm jack directly into your speaker without having to worry about plugging it in at the back to the RCA or the TRS. That's a handy little way to input, as well as having a headphone jack right there on the front. Again, if you're going through a mixer or an audio interface, you may not use that much, but sometimes you might. And then we've got our volume control on the front there, so that can be adjusted and set and then ready to go. Problem with black here is that you don't really see it that well. I have to put it like that. There you go. Very stylish, very nice looking front of our speaker there. Let's flip it around, see what's going on the other side. Here is the back of our speaker. So we have the connection here, and I'm assuming we've got some cables in there. We'll have a look in a minute to connect up to our other speaker. And then over on this side, we've actually got these, which are for, acoustic tuning is what they call it here. So you can change your high and your low frequencies. And again, you don't get that on this sort of budget speaker usually. So that's pretty handy. You can make sure that you dial that in and get the best sound for your room. And then again, we've got down here, we've got our left and our right TRS inputs. So you can plug in your audio interface, your mixer, whatever device is going in. Or of course, you could use this cable that came with my kit, or any other sort of cable that converts your 3.5mm signals into one of these. And then we have at the bottom the power. And that's it. A simple design, classic, clean, and the proof will be when we plug these in and take a listen, which of course we'll be doing in a future video. But let's jump in and take a look at what else we get in the pack. Speaker number 2, as I mentioned, slightly lighter because it doesn't have all of those inputs in there, and very, very simple. We just plug it in directly here, just like a pair of hi-fi shelf speakers. Again, I know people will look down their nose at that. We're talking $100 speaker here, people. So this is all ready to go and set up, and I'll put this here and we'll plug it in and I'll be playing with it. In a future video, we'll be taking a look and a listen, although let's be honest, you can't really review speakers and the quality. So I'll be playing with these and coming back and letting you know, because once again, these weren't sent to me, these were out of my pocket. So I'll be able to let you know exactly what I think, and if for the price, these are indeed the best budget speakers going around, that a lot of folks say that they are. Here's our little box O cords. So we have the power cable, and it just uses a standard figure 8. I've just realized that these have come in from the US, so dongle time. I'm going to need a adapter there, but they're 110 to 240 volts, so that won't be a problem. It just means that you have to have yet another piece of plastic converting the US plug into an Australian plug. But you know what? Actually, you know what I could actually do? Because it's a standard figure 8, I could just grab a standard Australian figure 8 with with an Australian plug, and we'll be good to go there. And then we of course have the, it comes with a 3.5mm cable. There you go. So you get additional stuff, bonus value. Look at this. So we have our speaker cable. So that's what's going to connect up our 2 speakers. That's obviously essential. But you also get a 3.5mm to 2 RCA. I'll add it to the collection. I think I have about 27 of these, but that's okay. If you don't have one, this is going to help you plug your stuff in, and even a 3.5mm to 3.5mm. So if you have a phone old enough to actually have a headphone jack, you can plug it straight into that fancy handy-dandy headphone jack on the front of the Presonus. So there you go, the Presonus Eris 3.5 studio monitors. Are they going to live up to the expectations and all the hype? Well, there's only one way to find out. I'll be putting these to the test right here in the studio over the next week. So make sure you're subscribed and return when I give you my verdict on these. Are these the best budget speaker for your home studio? Well, we're going to find out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.